So in this segment, we're going to be talking about Britain essentially abandoning the attempts to get a UK-US trade deal. So do you remember when Brexiteers told us, "Oh, it'll be easy. We'll get trade deals around the world with other countries." You know, they didn't say they were good trade deals necessarily, but the UK have essentially abandoned the US trade deal, which we've spoken about before. But I think it's worth going back into because Liz Truss has said it's not the end all and be all, and refused to commit to a pact being completed by 2030, which means that we are never going to get this trade deal. I don't think we're ever going to get a UK-US trade deal. It's not worth their time, honestly. So the Foreign Secretary said the UK has a massive pipeline of deals ready for the coming months and told the US, "We are ready when you are." We don't have a massive pipeline of deals. Yes, we've just announced the New Zealand one. The Australia deal is lagging a bit, but we don't have a massive pipeline. And these are trade deals which either have no impact on the UK's economy or have a negative impact on the UK's economy. So these are rubbish trade deals we're signing. We've already spoken about the New Zealand one, but yeah. And we'll get pantsed in this one. This one will have a massively negative impact on our economy, guaranteed. The White House made clear a trade deal with Britain is not an immediate priority for Joe Biden, raising questions over the strength of the special agreement. Miss Truss told a Fringe event at the Tory conference at Manchester that she's not worried at all about the links between London and Washington, mainly because they really don't care. The people in Washington don't care. A trade deal with the US was billed by Brexiteers as one of the main prizes of leaving the EU. And it's interesting, the Daily Mail actually point that out, But talks have stalled after Mr. Biden became president, with Downing Street admitting a deal is a long way off. And this is a deal where the Americans would benefit massively from it. They really would. Boris Johnson's recent trip to Washington failed. This is where he talked about trying to join the USMCA, which is or NAFTA 2, as Americans call it, some Americans. It's comical. This is comical. Talks have stalled. Boris Johnson's recent trip failed. The Prime Minister's official spokesman said at the time, it's not that they're not going to do... He said, it's not that they're not going to do one full stop. That doesn't even make sense. Are they not going to do one full stop, or it's not? It's a double negative there. So that sentence doesn't make sense, does it? The US aren't looking at us. We're not on their radar. The point the Prime Minister is making is that it's because of various reasons within the US, it's not going to be in the immediate focus, not to mention the fact that we are messing around with the Northern Ireland Protocol, and we've spoken before about how the US envoys have warned us, be careful what you're doing. You open this Pandora's box and all hell will break loose again. You don't want this smoke. The troubles lasted for around, I think, 25 years. No one wants to see that again, especially since I think it'll be worse this time round, because the pieces that allowed the Good Friday Agreement to happen aren't there anymore. Ireland and GB aren't in a trading agreement anymore. You suspend the Northern Ireland Protocol and all hell will break loose. You don't want to see that smoke. No one wants to see it. But Ms. Truss was asked at lunchtime if she had confidence that a trade deal with the US would be signed by the end of the decade. She replied, "Well, I don't agree with you. That's the end all and be all of trade." So you're hailing all these phenomenal trade deals you're getting, and then you're like, "Oh, getting a trade deal with the US isn't the end all and be all." The US, the world's biggest economy, the world's sole superpower, we can't get a trade deal with them. What's the point of Brexit then? Because the EU are already working on getting trade deals with Australia and New Zealand, and they'll get better deals than the one we got. And the EU do have a list of bilateral agreements with the US, which we no longer have access to. So once again, the bunch of failures. This lot is definitely the most untalented group of politicians you'll ever see in a developed country. Honestly, well, maybe the Trump administration was worse. It's a tie. We'll say it's a tie. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.